Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Even more reason for silver prices to boost upwards, to rally. Mexico curtails silver production. One of the biggest silver producers, it's, the top 7 are like Mexico, Peru, Chile, Australia, China, and Mexico curtails production. This is just one more thing that silver needs to remain extremely bullish or with a lot of potential. So the link to this article from Kitco will be in the description. Let's jump into it. Expected mine shutdowns of at least a month in Mexico will reduce the global silver supply since the country is the world's largest silver producer. Nevertheless, analysts are not rushing to say this will automatically mean higher silver prices, as normally occurs when there are reduced supplies in any commodity. That's because in this instance, industrial demand is also suffering as COVID-19 pandemic impacts the global economy. But we're looking at the future. Where is the future demand? Because we know as prices will rise, there's going to be a new demand for silver, especially with 5G technology coming out, replacing 4G. Silver is widely using it. So the demand is not a problem, but the supply or the production is. So, further, with refinery and transportation issues, but sharply rising physical demand, silver was described as the market in turmoil. The Mexican government this week declared the pandemic as a national health emergency, and as a result enforcing all non-essential businesses to close up shop until at least April 30th. Silver miners are likely considered non-essential. Some mining and exploration companies have already said they are halting operations. According to data from the U.S. Geological Survey in 2019, Mexico produced 6.3 thousand metric tons of silver, which represented about 23% of the global supply. 23%. Statistics from the consultancy CPM Group put 2019 output around 740 million ounces, of which 173 million were from Mexico. They are the largest silver producing country by a wide margin. So interruptions of silver mine production from Mexico would hit the market. We're definitely going to see prices impacted by this. On top of this, Christian said, refinery production in Mexico and elsewhere is being curtailed, and the industry faces transportation issues. Much of the world's precious metals are shipped by air freight due to the high value relative to their weight. You can't even ship refined metal easily from the country to country because the planes normally carry aren't flying right now. The whole precious metal complex is being hit by supply and supply chain disruptions. That is going to continue like a problem and an issue. It's going to continue to be a problem and an issue. Mexico joining lockdown just makes it much worse. And I've been talking about this for a while. Royal Canadian Mint shutting down, U.S. Mint selling out of American Eagles. Miners have been abandoning silver mines. Silver is found from byproduct, basically by accident, when they're digging up gold, lead, and zinc because they're chasing the dollar. Impact on prices uncertain. While shuttered production will disrupt the market supply and demand fundamentals, some analysts are not convinced this will have a major impact on prices in the near term. Others say the outlook is a hard forecast in the moment, since fabrication demand is also suffering, even though the physical investment demand is picking up. So while silver prices are off their 11-year lows, they continue to struggle to find consistent momentum. Silver also continues to underperform gold, with the gold to silver ratio hovering at 113-1, just down from recent record highs. May silver futures last traded at $14.14 an ounce, relatively unchanged on the day. So demand for silver, or the lack thereof, is receiving all the attention right now as the world remains worried about a global recession. Although weak global growth due to spreading coronavirus will continue to weigh on silver's industrial demand, Hansen said the investment demand could end up driving the market. He described the silver market as a sleeping beauty just waiting to be woken up. From an investor's point of view, silver should do better than gold in the supply chain. We're talking about this because of the gold to silver ratio, where silver is benefiting from, and its intrinsic value. Hansen added that currently he is more bullish on silver than gold. However, he added the silver market has to get past current conditions. Bert Melick, head of the commodity strategy at TD Securities, said that he is not surprised that Mexico is halting its mining operations. Mexico's announcement comes less than a week after South Africa shut down its mining, impacting the supply of platinum and palladium. From a fundamental supply and demand perspective, this will tighten up the market a little bit, but I don't know what prices will do in the near term. See, this is that thing. It's like obviously prices could be impacted, and supply and demand is definitely one of the biggest influencers on prices. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. We have Mexico, Peru, Chile, Australia, some of the biggest producers. COVID-19 is shutting down production or stopping this, halting production. And that's going to bite us in the butt because that we need silver. Silver is needed for everything above the sun, and they're going to continue to need silver. It's not like, it's just going to go away or we have enough backup, because we don't. We've already, U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles completely. It's something that is definitely coming down to the wire, and I think that's going to expose the real truth and show really how scarce silver really is. So, but Melik isn't completely dismissing the silver supply issue. He added that this will provide long-term support for the metal. He also said that silver is continuing to underperform gold at historic levels. There is a long-term value in the marketplace. See, silver has to outperform gold sooner than later. This cannot go on for too much later or too much longer. Silver has to start outperforming gold. The ratio has to normalize back down. Once we understand the full impact the virus has on the global economy, and we can see beyond short-term volatility, then silver supply issue will be a major factor in the price. This sets up for future higher prices. Meanwhile, Christian pointed out that there are numerous cross-currents in the market. Not only the reduced mine supply, but reduced fabrication demand of silver is industrial purposes, but increased investment demand. Historically, industry or industrial uses have been the largest source of silver demand. A lot of factories where silver is used in fabrication of products, from solar panels to electronics to jewelry, are shut down too, Christian said. So not only is supply being negatively affected, but fabrication demand is also negatively affected too. So we're getting hit from all angles right now. And however, investors have stepped up purchases of silver and gold bars and coins and continued. For instance, he pointed out that U.S. Mint data shows American Eagles jumped some 5.5 million ounces in March from around 650 ounces in February. So we're seeing massive inclines of demand, but like I keep saying, the supply is diminishing. It's shortening. So what is that going to entail for the price after the smoke clears and when the markets start to regulate again? There's going to be a huge problem here, and I don't think people are taking it as serious as they will. And once the ball drops, and once markets do start to rally, or once prices start to get exposed, or silver really starts to outperform gold, people are going to say, I told you so. But they also haven't been putting their money where their mouth is, because right now is a great opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, silver is a ticking time bomb. There's definitely a lot of potential here. So while you have a reduction in refined supply, a reduction in fabrication demand, you are actually seeing this increased demand for physical silver in coins and bars. See, there's an increase in the physical side of it because people want to be in control of their own money. They want to be in control of their wealth. But the supply is being constrained because you can't ship the stuff around, and the factories that make blanks for coins are closed. The mints make the coins are closed. So the market is in turmoil right now in terms of logistics and getting metal from A to B. And that's the hardest part. That's why APMEX has 15+ day waiting orders and a $300 or $400 buy minimum. JM Bullion has the same thing. That's why it's so hard to get your hands on silver right now, is because the markets are in a very uptight spot. They're backed into a corner and people don't know what to do. So what are you going to do? That's the only thing we can do. All we can do is read what we have in front of us, read the situation, the statistics, and all we can do is invest our way. So what is your strategy right now? What is your strategy? Are you buying, selling, holding, or trading? What are you doing and why? Are you waiting to hold off because the premiums are too high, or have you found your local coin shop sells them for still around spot price? Some 1 ounce coins for around spot price. So have you taken advantage of that? Are you selling or trading gold for silver, or vice versa, using the gold to silver ratio to your advantage to earn free silver or free gold? I know some people that can do that. Or are you selling right now and you're getting out of this market? What are you doing? Are you in the ETF side of it? I'm curious. I'm curious because there's so many different directions. I'm holding off right now. I'm waiting to see how this passes through. Now, not everyone has the same situations, the same financial situations, the same exit strategies, the same goals. Some people have more or less ounces of silver than other people, so not everyone should be having the same strategy right now. It depends. If you don't have any silver right now, I would be trying to get my hands on some, as prices could flip like that and get a lot higher. But since I already have silver built up, I'm not as rushed as a beginner would be. So there's definitely different ways, if that makes sense, that you could be taking this. There's definitely different angles to the coin, no pun intended. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. The link to this article from Kitco will be in the description. Make sure to smash the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe because I do post daily videos. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.